Financial advice you must avoid at all costs. Imagine Michael Jordan sitting you down to offer basketball advice. Undoubtedly, you'd hang on to every word. After all, he's considered the greatest player of all time, no disrespect to LeBron. However, if your neighbor Dave, who's an avid basketball watcher but never played the game, attempted to offer you some advice, would you be as attentive? Similar to the uncertainty of trusting basketball advice, financial advice can also be a tricky realm to navigate. In this article, let's examine some of the most ludicrous pieces of so-called financial advice we've encountered. You might just recognize a few of these supposed words of wisdom. Commonly misguided financial advice. We've all encountered that one know-it-all uncle who claims expertise on every subject, and that financially struggling friend who can't stop dishing out financial advice. Let's take a look at some of the most frequently heard phrases and pieces of advice that are outright wrong. Renting is a waste of money. A phrase I used to hear from my mother. It's a common belief perpetuated even by real estate agents, claiming that homeownership is the surefire path to wealth. However, contrary to this notion, purchasing a house may not always be the best financial decision. In many American markets, renting is often more cost-effective than buying a home. Additional expenses like property taxes, repairs, and maintenance are some of the hidden costs associated with homeownership not present when renting. Even before factoring in these additional costs, renting is often cheaper than buying a home in most areas. Despite not building equity through renting, lower monthly housing payments enable renters to allocate extra funds into other investments. A rent versus buy calculator can be useful when determining the best option for your situation. Renting can prove to be financially rewarding depending on your specific financial circumstances, location, and your expected time frame for ownership. Beware of anyone claiming that credit scores don't matter much. Such advice should be taken with caution. A below-average credit score can have far-reaching consequences that may not be immediately apparent. In fact, your credit score plays a crucial role in determining your eligibility for credit cards, mortgages, auto loans, and other types of credit. Maintaining a high credit score can open doors to favorable loan terms and lower interest rates, potentially saving you thousands of dollars. Additionally, landlords, insurance companies, and even employers may conduct credit inquiries when evaluating your application for an apartment, car insurance, or job opportunity. While perfection isn't necessary, striving to improve your credit score can yield significant benefits in the long run. Ignoring the importance of credit scores could lead to missed opportunities and financial setbacks, so it's best to stay proactive in managing and enhancing your creditworthiness. The notion that you can only achieve financial freedom by starting your own business and leaving the 9-to-5 job is a common belief propagated by some experts. They often emphasize the term entrepreneur as the ultimate path to wealth. However, it's essential to recognize that not everyone is cut out to be an entrepreneur, and the majority of U.S. workers, about 90%, are actually employed by others. While it's true that some individuals can attain financial success outside the 9-to-5 structure, many people value the stability of a regular paycheck, benefits like medical coverage and paid sick days, and the convenience of a company-sponsored retirement plan like a 401k. If your employer offers a matching contribution to your retirement account, taking advantage of that free money is a smart move. Becoming a millionaire is entirely feasible by investing diligently in workplace retirement accounts and individual retirement accounts, IRAs, without necessarily pursuing entrepreneurial ventures. This route can be a reliable and accessible path to financial prosperity for those who prefer the security and structure of traditional employment. Stay away from all debt without exception. It's rare to find individuals who can afford to make substantial purchases, like a house or a car, with cash. While financial enthusiasts debate the idea of good debt versus bad debt, my dad used to say, there's reasonable debt and unreasonable debt. Wise words, indeed, though some debts can be overwhelming, borrowing can also be strategically advantageous. While reducing overall debt over time is commendable, it's crucial to recognize that not all debt is harmful. Paying off debt as quickly as possible may come at the expense of saving, investing, and maintaining liquidity. Consumer debt should be avoided at all costs, such as making frivolous purchases with a credit card that you can't pay off in full at the end of the month. However, it's important to understand that taking on debt to obtain an advanced degree or buy a home might not be the worst thing in the world. Of course, it's essential to keep it within reason and not shy away from debt completely. Completely avoid using credit cards. When discussing debt, it's undeniable that credit card interest rates have reached unprecedented highs, some soaring as high as 20% to 30%, making it easy to fall into a deep financial pit. Nevertheless, credit cards can serve as a valuable financial instrument when managed correctly. Paying off the balance in full each month and selecting a card with attractive rewards and benefits can transform your credit card into a friend rather than a foe. For many individuals, completely shunning credit cards might not be the most practical approach, especially considering their potential to help establish credit and serve as a useful tool for rebuilding credit scores. When used responsibly, credit cards can offer numerous advantages and should not be dismissed outright. Maintain a balance to boost your credit score. It's puzzling to hear people suggest that carrying a credit card balance and paying interest is a way to improve one's credit score. Some even claim that keeping a balance between 40 to 60% of the credit limit is advisable based on their financial advisor's recommendation. However, this couldn't be further from the truth. In reality, responsible credit card use involves a simple rule: pay your balance in full each month to avoid accumulating compounding finance charges. It's a common misconception that carrying a revolving balance is necessary to gain credit score benefits, which is the exact opposite of what you should do. Instead, maintaining a low credit utilization ratio and paying off your balance regularly are key steps to positively impact your credit score. Don't worry about retirement, you have plenty of time. At 22 years old and just starting your first real job, retirement might be the last thing on your mind. Many people in this stage of life are often advised to delay retirement planning until they are more established in their careers. However, this advice is not financially sound. Waiting will only require more aggressive saving later on as your retirement timeline shortens, reducing the benefits of compounding. During your 20s or even 30s, you have a valuable asset on your side time. By saving and investing your money instead of spending it, you harness the power of compounding interest in your favor. Allowing your money to work its magic over time can transform modest contributions into a substantial retirement nest egg in the long run. Embracing early retirement planning can be one of the most significant financial decisions you'll make for a secure future. Exercise caution when trusting financial advisors. While there are certainly many trustworthy and competent financial advisors out there, blindly accepting their advice without question is not advisable. Collaborating with an advisor can be beneficial, especially when facing significant financial decisions, but it's essential to maintain a critical mindset. Exploring DIA financial education or seeking guidance from a reputable financial coach might even prove to be a better alternative. Keep in mind that some advisors earn their income through commissions, which can create a conflict of interest. This situation may lead to unnecessary upselling of investments or insurance products that you don't actually need, resulting in potential losses. To protect yourself, it's crucial to possess a basic understanding of your finances and be aware of the various fees that financial advisors charge. Opting for a fee-only advisor is a wise choice if you decide to hire one, as it ensures the advisor's compensation is not tied to selling you particular products, promoting greater transparency in their recommendations. More income doesn't guarantee more wealth. Have you ever felt that no matter how much money you earn, it never seems to be sufficient? It's true that some individuals struggle to make ends meet due to inadequate income, with reports suggesting that up to 75% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. However, for others, even substantial amounts of money wouldn't lead to financial security. This is often due to poor money habits, undisciplined spending, and lifestyle inflation. If you find it challenging to stick to a budget and manage small sums of money effectively, it's probable that you'll encounter the same difficulties with larger amounts. As the saying goes, it's not about how much you make, but the margin that matters most. In other words, your ability to save and invest plays a pivotal role in determining your financial success, not just your income level. By focusing on a higher savings rate, you increase your chances of achieving greater wealth in the future. Having more money isn't solely reliant on making more money. Do you often find that, no matter how much money you earn, it seems insufficient? It's true that some people struggle to meet their financial needs due to low income, with reports indicating that up to 75% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. However, for others, their dissatisfaction with their finances isn't necessarily related to the amount of money they make. Instead, it can be attributed to poor money management habits, undisciplined spending, and lifestyle inflation. If you've had difficulty adhering to a budget and effectively managing smaller amounts of money, it's likely that you would face similar challenges with larger sums. As I always like to say, it's not just about how much you make, but the margin that matters the most. In other words, your ability to save and invest will significantly impact your financial success, regardless of your income level. A higher savings rate enhances your likelihood of achieving greater wealth in the long run. Life insurance for your kids may not be necessary. As a parent, the mere thought of something tragic happening to your children is a nightmare. Life insurance companies understand this fear and use it to promote life insurance policies for kids. However, it's crucial to recognize that life insurance primarily serves to replace the income of the deceased individual. Since most kids are not earning an income, purchasing life insurance for them may not be essential. Instead of paying life insurance premiums for your children, consider redirecting that money into an emergency fund or starting an investment account for them. Having savings set aside can provide financial security in case of medical emergencies, ensuring that you have funds available to cover expenses without disrupting your overall finances. Earning less money to pay fewer taxes is a common tax myth. Have you ever encountered a coworker who received a significant raise but complained about having to pay more in taxes? This misconception is just one of many tax myths circulating among the public. Many people assume that their tax bracket directly corresponds to their tax rate, but that's not the case. Understanding marginal tax rates is essential to unravel this misunderstanding. Thankfully, the United States follows a progressive tax system, meaning it taxes the initial dollars you earn at a lower rate than the subsequent dollars. Consequently, if you receive a substantial raise, you will only pay at a higher tax rate on the income that falls within the next tax bracket, not your entire earnings. Instead of bemoaning the increased taxes, you can celebrate this financial victory without any tax-related curses. Takeaway: it's undeniable that we're bombarded with a plethora of terrible financial advice, some of which may even sound convincing. Misinformation about money management comes from various sources, including social media rumors and well-meaning suggestions from industry experts. The advice can be misleading when it comes to saving, spending, borrowing, or building credit. Regardless of the subject, all false financial guidance shares one common trait: it doesn't benefit the recipient. It's crucial to remember that reliable financial advice stems from trustworthy sources and is tailored to your unique life stage, needs, and objectives. Before accepting someone else's recommendations, take the time to research and understand how they align with your financial goals. By doing so, you can steer clear of significant financial pitfalls in the future.